Today I plan on telling you why we need to increase the strength of our borders, especially to the south. There are many reasons why we need it to be strengthened. The main reasons we need our borders stronger are economically and the safety of our citizens. Growing up in California, I've seen some of the issues that we have had because of a weak control of our borders with Mexico. The border with Mexico is roughly 1,954 miles, and it starts in California and goes all the way to Texas. Per Wikipedia website, we currently have only 650 miles of steel and concrete fences. The fence is not a continuous fence either. We still need to add roughly 1,300 more miles of fence so that we have a total physical barrier between the United States and Mexico. To add this additional fence, it would cost an estimated amount of $6.8 billion. Per the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency website, they only have 60,000 employees to protect the U.S. borders and inspect imported shipments. So by adding this additional fence, it would allow the CBP to be more effective since it is such a small agency. This fence will lower a lot of the financial impact incurred by the U.S. taxpayers over time. I plan to give a few examples of statistics of the burden that we have due to the weakness of security of our borders. I'd like you to take into consideration the crime statistics and the cost incurred in relation to the illegal aliens that cross our borders into the United States. In the United States prison system, it is estimated it is occupied by approximately 25% illegal aliens. It is also estimated that the illegal aliens commit between 700,000 to 1 million crimes every year. Most of the crimes are violent, from murder, robbery, drug crimes, and sexual assaults. And the financial impact of these crimes is between $14 and $80 billion per year. If we strengthen our borders, we could reduce the cost we pay our prison systems by as much as 25%. And it would also help the overcrowding problem in the prison systems. In addition, with the crimes associated with the illegal aliens, we have a major drug problem in the United States. It is believed that most of the drugs in the United States get here through the southern border with Mexico. It is estimated we only seize a very small portion of the drugs crossing the border. Last year alone, the Border Patrol and Coast Guard seized 2.8 million pounds of drugs coming into the United States. This is just a small fraction of the total amount of drugs transported across the border. We will not ever be able to stop all the drugs from getting into the United States, but we can reduce it by making our border security stronger. In addition to the drug and crime issues, we have a problem with our school systems and the costs associated with it by the illegal alien children and U.S.-born children to illegal alien parents. Per the Minnesota Sustainability website, it is estimated that we spend approximately $12 billion on illegal alien children in our public school systems. We also pay an additional $16 billion for U.S.-born children to illegal alien parents. That is a total amount of $28 billion. That is a major burden to the public school system and the U.S. taxpayers. The cost is not the only burden. By these additional children in the public school system, it creates an overcrowding of our classrooms. If we can reduce the unlawful students in the public school system, it will reduce the financial burden on the taxpayers by at least $16 billion and allow the classroom sizes to be smaller so that we can better educate our children. Now that you've heard some of the statistics on crime, school, and drugs, ask yourself a question. How important is the protection of our border? And should we pay more for that protection? If you ask me, I say yes. Think about this. We add the additional fence, which would cost roughly $6.8 billion to build, and we would reduce the burden on the taxpayers over time. So if you think about the math and the fence and the cost, we'd be saving money in the long run. We'd be saving roughly $33 billion by putting this fence up and a burden on the U.S. citizens. So if you agree with me, let your congressmen and your senators know we need to protect our borders.